Now that we've been through a full overview of SAS and also walk through the preprocessor step so you can see what code was written and then you can see how it got translated into something the browser could understand, I want to take a quick aside. There is something that might be a little bit confusing, whether it's in some type of coding interview setting or just in general as you're reading documentation. And that is that there are actually two different types of SAS syntax. There is SAS that is spelled S-A-S-S, and then there's SAS that's spelled S-C-S-S. Now, technically, both of those are called SAS, which makes for some kind of confusing component when you're first starting to learn it. And so this video is simply going to discuss some of the subtle differences and then also what I'm going to talk about what we're going to go through for the entire course. SAS with SASS was the original version of SAS. It does not look anything like CSS. It cares about things such as indentation. All of your code has to be segmented, has to have the right number of spaces right in front of each set of style definitions. It doesn't have curly braces. It has plus signs and equal signs all over the place. If you've ever worked with Haml or Slim, you may notice it looks very similar to that type of setup. And that's fine, but you don't see a lot of pure SAS like that written. What you see mostly is people using the syntax that is SCSS, and that's what we're going to be using in this entire course, mainly because that is what's used in industry for all the projects I ever have worked on, and it's a pretty common pattern to follow. Part of the reason why the SCSS syntax has really taken hold, and that's the one that most people utilize, one is it looks exactly like CSS. So it has curly braces, you use semicolons at the end of each style definition, and so it's much more familiar, and the learning curve is also much lower. You don't care about having to make sure that the indentation's perfect or you're going to get some type of syntax error. It's much more friendly for beginners, and also if you want to write just pure CSS code, a SCSS file will still process it, where the original version of SAS would actually throw an error. So I just wanted to make a quick aside, because as you are researching this on your own, you're going to run into both syntax options. And many times when you Google a question, you're going to see the original version of SAS, the SASS type of SAS, and it might look a little bit confusing. So I wanted to make that clear right from the get-go. We're going to be using the industry-friendly version, which is SCSS. If you work in Rails, that's what you're going to be seeing pretty much on a daily basis when it comes to making your styles. And if you're adding it to, like how we're going to do, using CodePen, where you want to see it all in the browser, that's pretty much the common way to do it.